All right, so the important thing to note here is that we can't just calculate this by skipping the effective interest method. You're going to have to apply the new carrying value after calculating the period 1 amortization. All right, so the first step here is going to be taking the initial carrying value, which we know right off the bat is going to be 50,000 times 0.98, all right, 98%. So therefore, it's going to be issued at a discount. Another way to confirm that is that the market rate is greater than the stated rate, all right? And we remember that if the market rate is greater than the stated rate, it is always going to result in a discount. All right, so after we calculate that, we know that our next step is to determine the semi-annual interest expense, right? So we know the market rate times the beginning carrying value of 49,000 semi-annually, so we're going to divide that rate by 2. We now have 4.5% times 49,000, all right? So our semi-annual interest expense in the first period is 2,205. Next step is we know that our semi-annual interest payment is going to be the face value of 50,000 times the semi-annual stated rate. All right, so we're going to divide that 8% by 2, 4% times 50,000. Our semi-annual interest payment is $2,000. We can now calculate our amortization of the discount. All right, so our amortization is going to be the difference between the interest expense and the interest payment. Right, so 2,205 minus 2,000, we have a discount amortization of $205. We also know now that we're going to be adding a discounted amortization to the beginning carrying value, right? So 49,000 plus the 205 is going to be 49,205. And then all we're going to do is calculate that interest expense for period 2, right? 49,205 times the market rate divided by 2 as it's semi-annual will be 4.5%, right? So that amount times the 49,205 is 2215. The question is asking for the annual interest expense. So the annual interest expense that would be reported on the income statement would just be the 2215 in period 2 plus the 2205 interest expense in period 1. All right, so the sum of those two, we're going to have a total interest expense of $4,420.